Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot. Monday the 27th of July 2026. I was puckering up for a December. It's definitely not December. Ooh. So in the student house they must be clearing out. They've just got like a table that has a whole pile of pillows and they look like white lozenges. Amazing. Oof, that's a whole lot of laundry to do. Okay, we're using the Mythic Tarot, which we know and we love. Kind of miss seeing the cleaning lady going into the hotel thing. It's been made into a student house. Do you remember when that was like a hotel? And we used to get all kinds of shenanigans going on. Do you remember when, it was a while ago now, when I saw someone I knew going in there by the hour. I mean, that's exactly what I need in front of me to look at. Now it's just like the usual boring student thing. Ugh, tusk. I need intrigue. I think I need to move somewhere where there's more happening in front of the street. I'm so nosy. There's just literally nothing. It's like, ugh. Someone's talking outside. Next door doing their bins. But that's really as good as it gets. Yeah, someone cleaning out the student house, not that interesting. Oh bloody hell, I better pay attention to this. Okay. Oh, Venus got no pants on as well. There's one version I've got of this deck where I did the old gold pen and I've put bikinis on everybody, and then there's this version where I kind of haven't. So, Venus with a very big cup. Also known as Aphrodite, the Ace of Cups. And, you know, don't get all excited, because even though it is very exciting, the rest of the reading's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Someone's driving like a boy racer, Jesus Christ. Because, okay, bear that in mind. Ace of Cups, unconditional love. But it bloody well looks like you're going to need it at this rate, because what else do we have coming along but the Eight of Cups? Now, this bundle of joy has been following us around for a few weeks. And this happens in tarot. You will get, especially if you're reading for yourself, and let me know in the comments if you have a card that always comes up for you. It's like you will work out what your own signature card is. You're like, if this happens, it's that. If I'm in this situation, that always comes up. You know? So, Eight of Cups seems to be like in the universal collective consciousness. I think this is probably my favourite. I mean, this tarot is probably my favourite for lots of cards, to be honest. It's, you know, it's my... Is it my second favourite or is it my first? You know, the Rider-Waite has to always probably be my number one. But because it's the, you know, it's the OG and everything. But this one, it could be joint first. Anyway, Saturn in Pisces, and remember at the back, that's the kind of eclipsey sign when you see it in tarot. And I just think it's so realistic, the way that she's coming down here, and it's Psyche, and it's, you know, it's right before the Nine of Cups. And then if you want to see what led her to being tramping about in her nightie with no shoes and everything at night, which is not great. It's the Five of Cups. And here's the meat and drink of what happens. We have Psyche, who is the lady with the lamp, and we have Eros, who's also, I think, Cupid. Is Cupid Eros? He's sort of god of love anyway. Or a god of love. Don't know, think he's the god of love, because that's Aphrodite. But anyway, Eros, think of him as a love god, right? And then in the background we have that same sort of eclipsey thing We're in a temple. We've got a chaise longue, which is something I always like. But you can see it's like Tracy Emin's bed. You know, there's been some action here. We have a rumpled duvet cover thing. We have many drinks spilled and one remaining. And the tip of his wing, just the tip, is escaping between these two columns. He's off ski. She doesn't want him to go. And it has this little legend thing, usual stuff with Greek myths. She wasn't allowed to look at him. That'd be a good card to pull, wouldn't it? It's like, yes, we can do it, but as long as you never know who I am. You're like, that's not a red flag at all, is it? But anyway, putting aside our modern dating knowledge, she wasn't, it's like with Lot's wife, who's not supposed to look back, you know, and Persephone is not supposed to do something, and then she does. And it usually involves women with no self-control. That's the kind of, even the apple, you know, always the way it goes. But we take these stories as we find them. We try and rebirth them with some feminism, but here we are. So it's the ultimate in ghosting. The tip of his wing is there, but he's off because she was naughty and she looked at him and thought, whoof, he's fit. Wouldn't kick him off the conjugal couch for eating some what's-its. And he was like, you saw me. I can't live with it. I must leave you. Okay. So she's kind of been through the 6 of Cups, which is where you're longing and it's the wet nighty. 7 of Cups where you're like, oh, I'll do this thing and then he'll come back to me, and fantasy. To the 8 of Cups, which is like, F it. I'm walking away. The 8 cups are stacked because they hold all the love, but it's the eclipse and I've kind of had a realisation and I'm off down the steps. At least I'm moving on, okay? And then we'll get the 9 of Cups, Jupiter in Pisces, get what you wished for, is like the wedding, and then the 10 of Cups is like, ooh, children and all the rest of it, okay? But we're stuck with these dusty ass 5 of Cups and 8 of Cups. Just saying. Of all the cups in town, those are the ones that we get. So, it's a bit dark, so I'm kind of keeping the sun out. And I've got hardly any battery. Excellent! We're living on the edge, people. So, you can see these cards. You can see emotionally what they mean. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles is where you work at something. So it could be that you work at fixing a relationship. It could be that you work on fixing yourself. It could be that you're working, you're like, sod this. I really need to concentrate on actually making some money. I really need to concentrate on making something, creating something, doing something, keeping the grapes on the vine. Okay? Enter the Queen of Cups, which I really like. And the Queen of Cups, of course, or Cher, as we like to call her, circa 19 turn back time, whenever that was. Cher, I love how the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, usually, their feet are always submerged in the water. Because I can tell you now, they would be. They would be. The King and Queen of Cups are always sort of got their throne on the water. So, okay, we've got someone walking up. We've got someone walking up who's very confidently wearing very short gym shorts because they have definitely been in the gym a lot. Only those kind of people are confident enough to wear those shorts. Just saying. Anyway, Queen of Cups, you will need your intuition because, speaking of difficult circumstances, where would we be without the 7 of Swords at this point? Love me, this 7 of Swords. Just so good. Here's a king. He's sneaking around the side of his castle. There's some broken ruins. There's a bit of shenanigans, but I'm actually going to say this is the perhaps more digestible type of 7 of Swords, where whatever is going on emotionally, you need to play your cards close to your chest. You can't be too open about everything. So use your intuition and keep looking into the cup, you know, keep things open, keep scrying, keep working. This seems to be inevitable, and the way that you move forward from it is not necessarily You may have an open heart with the Ace of Cups, open sandals and an open heart, but you don't have an open mouth, as in you're not telling anything. You're keeping it quite close to your chest. I'm going to get off before I say something even more Benny Hill, because it seems to be going that way. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.